NFL mailbag coming on here. Christopher Zarmiento. Do you think if the Raiders go to the playoffs and face Kansas City, do you think the Raiders can beat them? Of course they can. They've already beaten them. But it's the matter of which Raiders team are you going to get.
And which Chiefs team you get, too.
Sure. I will say this. If the Chiefs come out and they play their best game, the Raiders won't win. But if the Raiders hold on to the football, the Chiefs make a mistake or two, and they don't push themselves in the face, the Raiders can win that. They've outplayed the Chiefs this year. But if you lose 43-6 to the Falcons, who knows? Who knows? Eric Simons, what up, man? Can a team in the Simmons can't read. Can a team in the AFC possibly miss the playoffs with 10 wins?
There are scenarios that exist in which a 10-win team gets left out of the AFC, but we've seen, I think it's a handful of 10-win teams get left out when the playoffs were at 6. To think that there are going to be 8 teams in one division that win 8 games, as bad as the Jags and Jets and Bengals and even the Chargers have been.
That team.
I think it is very, very improbable.
The team that's most likely to have that happen is the Cleveland Browns, who I think the most likely could go to 10-6, which means they would lose to the Ravens, lose that tiebreaker if the Ravens go to 10-6, and then that also means they lose the tiebreaker to the Raiders, who would be probably 10-6 to get in. So I think out of the teams that's most likely, it is the Cleveland Browns.
I don't think it ends up happening. There are other head-to-head matchups. The Raiders play several of those teams. The Dolphins do too. The Colts, I think in the end, it'll all sort itself out. It might come down to a tiebreaker for a 9-win team. I think there will be a 9-win team or 2 that get left out. And there will certainly, of course, be an 8 or higher win team.
Correct.
But I don't think that's what's going to end up happening here. I don't think you'll see a 10-win team get left out of the AFC. If they do, I demand they go over to the NFC side and replace the NFC East winner. I think that's fair.
This must be my burner account.
Stop it.
Do you think the Chiefs are the best team in the NFL? I do.
I do. That does not guarantee them anything in terms of the potential, playoffs and Super Bowl. But if you're picking the best team, I think you have to go with Kansas City.
I think if Kansas City plays the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Chiefs win. Let's say 6 out of 10 times. That makes them the best team.
I just think they are the most talented football team overall, factoring in, of course, the most important position of quarterback. Doesn't mean they'll win, but I do like where they're at overall.
So you want more NFL videos for free? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Go ahead and subscribe to Chat Sports right now. We're trying to get to 225,000 subscribers. We don't ask for any money. This is going to be a free channel for the next 360 days. You know what? 365 days. Maybe we should change our name to Mr. Awesome 365. You know what I'm talking about. Go ahead and subscribe to Chat Sports right now. We would appreciate it. Gus Allen, question coming in. Does Russ still have a chance at winning the MVP?
I think there is a chance, but I'm not convinced that Russ truly controls his own destiny anymore with as good as Patrick Mahomes has played.
Yeah.
Now, I do think that there could end up being a scenario where something wild happens and they end up closing strong and all of that, but I think the more likely outcome here is that Mahomes ends up winning MVP. With that said, if Russell Wilson is able to close the season strong, and he kind of plays like first quarter of the season Russell Wilson, and the Seahawks get the number 1 seed, I believe there could be some Mahomes peak. Now, it also requires Mahomes to come back down to earth. If Mahomes finishes like 40-4 TD to interception ratio, sorry, it's probably going to end up being Mahomes because Wilson threw too many interceptions, and it's a stat-based award. But if the Chiefs don't get the number 1 overall seed and the Seahawks do, because we know it's stats and wins for MVP, I think there is a shot for Russ.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, who do you think is more important to their team, Russell Wilson or Patrick Mahomes?
Either, yes.
No, it's a tough question.
There is no answer.
Okay,
there is. Without those quarterbacks, both teams suck.
Oh, I agree.
In terms of overall talent, sure, you'd probably pick Mahomes before you pick Wilson.
But I think Russell Wilson is probably more important to his team than Patrick Mahomes.
I think both of those teams absolutely collapsed if they had to throw out I don't know, Trace McSorley or RG3.
All right, that's not the question here. We want to know who's going to win the NFL MVP in 2020. Go down in the comments section and let us know. We would really appreciate it. Seahawks fan 24, is DK Metcalf the best wide receiver in the NFL? No.
I don't know if he's the best. I think he's top 5, though.
Oh, he's got to be there. I think the question is he better than Tyler Lockett?
Yes,
and I actually think he is.
I think that proverbial torch has been passed this offseason. What DK Metcalf has done this year is taken a leap that, frankly, I didn't even expect. If you had told me, hey, these are DK season stats, I'm like, all right, damn, good year. Throw him the ball more. Well, this is with 5 games left to play.
Yeah.
And he leads the NFL in receiving yards this year. When he is on, despite honestly not even having the best hands in the NFL, the dude is uncoverable. Like Darius Slay repeatedly for Philadelphia against Seattle was in good position, and it didn't matter. Blows my mind how he fell that far in the NFL draft. Like, this guy deserved to be taken a hell of a lot earlier than what he did. Teams continue to fail to put 3 cones out there, but that's a whole different conversation in the end.
I'm not going to make this comparison because I don't think he's Calvin Johnson, because I don't know if anyone will ever see that
Jim
again.
Schwartz was got upset by that.
I'll say this, though. I haven't seen in a long time since like a super healthy Julio Jones where when you have it honestly reminds me a lot of DeAndre Hopkins. When you have perfect coverage on him, it doesn't matter. If he wants to catch it, he catches it.
This is why if you're an NFL team, you just bet on the big, strong, fast guy at receiver. Like, that's why teams do this. He's not number 1. I think he's top 5, though.
Super chat coming in from the Angry Orange, Mark Kearns. Should the NFL adopt a draft lottery, one like the NBA has, where the teams that won't make the playoffs have a shot at the top pick? Would it limit teams' incentive to tank for picks?
No, it doesn't limit the incentive.
It'd be fun.
Because now, come week 17, well, I can boost my chances by 3%. I'm going to take that. I don't think, like, the lottery is fun. It's interesting. I think the whole purpose of the NFL is to truly make it a parity-based league. And you do that by giving the worst team the number 1 overall pick.
Yep.
So I actually don't care that much for lottery. I don't think it actually de-incentivizes tanking at all, because it actually gives you a better chance if you lose late in the season. Because, hey, you can boost your odds a little bit. I don't think that's really the best path in the NFL. It's a fun idea. It'd be great content, but I don't think it's a great path.
Hamster ball. I love these names. How far do you think that the Titans can go in the playoffs, and where would you rank Derrick Henry? If Derrick Henry's running well, the question is he the best running back over Dalvin Cook? I'd probably still take Dalvin Cook.
You should put Nick Chubb in that conversation, too.
Nick Chubb definitely deserves that, but I'm saying Nick Chubb's also battled a lot of injuries. I'm going to give the credit to the guy who's played a little bit more. I'll take Derrick Henry.
You mean Dalvin Cook? Battled a lot of injuries?
I mean, he's missed 1 game.
Yeah, but in his career, he's missed time,
Okay,
too.
I'm saying just this season alone, Derrick Henry's been better. Now, if you could tell me who do I want maybe next year, sure, maybe I would take Nick Chubb.
I mean, Nick Chubb's averaging 6.3 yards per carry.
Oh, he's been
it's
incredible.
ridiculous.
He's been absolutely incredible.
He's tied for 6th in rushing yards and has played 7 games this year.
Yeah, I mean,
it's bonkers.
He's been fun to watch. But we saw last year with the Titans, if they play hot, they're a really hard team to stop, because a lot of teams at the end of the season, you got a lot of injuries, and I can't imagine what it's like tackling Derrick Henry in the playoffs.
You need good Tannehill, and you've seen a lot of that during the regular season because Arthur Smith has found a way to maximize his ability. Yeah. If you get good Tannehill, they're going to be able to make some noise. You also, by the way, need that defense to drastically improve, because it has been a problem this season.
So let me know, what is your favorite holiday? I am all team Christmas. I can't wait. I am hoping I get to go home and visit my family. Tom, what's your favorite holiday? And let us know in the comments.
Christmas, man. Christmas is my favorite holiday. I have a blast every single year. It puts me in a jolly mood, damn it.
Do you have any traditions? We do cookies and alcohol on the 23rd.
Well, that's every day, but okay. Continue.
It's my mistake. The 24th, I always get together with my mom's family. We play cards. 25th, we just do like Family Feud with my dad's side, but it's an all-day event. Can't wait.
My wife's side on Christmas Eve meets up with a bunch of friends here. My family always opens up one present early on the 24th.
Okay.
But those have been like since, but that was like before I moved, you know? Like, I'm on my own right now. So, like, we're trying to do the 23rd thing, and I still open a present early, but mostly I just ask for cash these days. So those traditions are kind of slowing down a little bit.
This is why I love our live commenters. I see Christmas, Thanksgiving, and 420. Shout out to y'all. All right, so if you guys need a holiday stocking stuffer, maybe the guy at 420, cover your mouth a little bit, go to chatsports.com/staysafe. We got awesome NFL face masks able to hook you all up. Packs of 3, packs of 4, 2 and 1. And Tom, I know you love this one in the Cowboys, the patriotic one. They got all sorts of different ones. And heck, they even got player masks available. We're going to put that link. It's going to be available for y'all in the comments.
Yes, sir.
And in the description. And look at this. We got Dylan to pose for a picture. Shout out to producer Dylan wearing his Steelers face mask. Chatsports.com/staysafe. I know it's not Dylan, but you know what? These are machine washable. They're awesome things to have, and you need to wear them. Why not rep your favorite team? That link is available. Chatsports.com/staysafe. Another super chat from Mark Kearns, today's MVP. what Heisman winners ended up being the biggest NFL busts?
It depends on what you define bust. If you're looking for, and I'm going recent memory only here,
Trent?
If you're going for like bad NFL players, it begins and ends with Jason White. The dude literally was not, or Eric Crouch too. Like those guys were not NFL players. If you're looking for players who were drafted highly, busts who also happened to win the Heisman, I think you have to include Jameis Winston in that discussion. Unfortunately, Marcus Mariota, Johnny Manziel,
Definitely.
RG3 looked great, and then he ended up getting hurt. And I think you have to include Matt Leinart in that discussion too, because Leinart, I think, actually makes a lot of sense in that conversation. Troy Smith didn't do much in the NFL, but that was
Reggie Bush?
fairly late.
Is he technically a Heisman winner?
Yes, he counts. he won the Heisman.
Right?
So Bush, I think, is also in that discussion too. So hopefully that kind of answers your question there, Mark.
Mark and everyone watching, let us know right now, who is your favorite NFL player, your favorite current guy? So when he suits up on Sunday, maybe he's on your fantasy team. Dylan, I thought he was a Justin Tucker homer today because he needed some fantasy points. Didn't get it, but it's okay. I would say right now my favorite players to watch, honestly, I love watching DK Metcalf. I love watching a guy like King Henry run the football. Josh Jacobs, when he's healthy, is one of my favorite players as well. Any of the guys coming off the mind for you?
I mean, I love to watch Patrick Mahomes. He's one of the most fun to play.
Cheat code.
I will always love Sean Lee, by the way. He will always be one of my all-time favorite players.
From linebacker you. Let us know down there in the comments. I'm seeing some Josh Jacobs, Darren Waller, King Henry, and an A.J. Brown. Okay, I see you. Oh, I can't pronounce your name. I'm sorry. Do you think the Patriots can make the playoffs at 5-6?
I mean,
say no.
You got the Chargers, the Rams, the Dolphins, Bills, and Jets left. You're looking at about, in reality, I'd say somewhere around a 10% chance, somewhere in that range. Even if you win out, I mean, you still need help. You'd probably end up making it at that point, just with the way things typically end up going, because you'd also beat the Dolphins in that scenario, but you're not even guaranteed if you win out. Yeah. So I'd say, yes, they can, but even if you lose a game to, say, against the Buffalo Bills, you go from, they'll probably make it to, you got a coin flip at best.
Yeah.
So the Patriots are still technically alive, but no, I don't think that they get there.
Trade for Dak Prescott.
From the human asking what should the Bears do to quarterback. I mean, I don't think the Cowboys should trade him.
First, you got to get rid of Pace. Because he's never been able to prove that he's able to get a quarterback.
He's missed on how many quarterbacks now? 3?
He's got to go.
4? Whatever.
I don't know how many strikes you get, but he's got to go.
You cannot let Ryan Pace pick your next quarterback. You might not want to let Matt Nagy pick your next quarterback either. In reality, the most probable solution for Chicago, trying to trade up in the NFL draft, and you're probably going to call the Cowboys at that point.
Yeah.
And maybe you can find a deal that way, because he is not the answer. I'm sorry.
Eric Simmons.
There you go.
Should the Eagles start Jalen Hurts for the rest of the season?
I think you might as well. I think at this point, if you are the Eagles,
I don't think he's better,
I don't think he's better either, but you kind of want to see it. And if he sucks, okay, then you know that you absolutely failed on that particular draft pick and you move on, and maybe you draft a quarterback in round 1, because you might be picking top 10 or top 7. You might be in quarterback range if you're Philadelphia, so Wentz is not working. You can't keep doing the exact same thing every single week like this team is doing and saying, yeah, this is going to fix it. You got to try something else, man. I'm sorry.
So we got a lot of questions coming in, and obviously we can't get to every single one. So, hey, if you want to ask me something, hit me up on Instagram. I'm at MitchellRenz365, and if you want to hit up Tom, slide in his DMs on Twitter. Tom, where can they find you?
I'm at WhatGoingDowney. No S, just WhatGoingDowney, because Twitter's got stupid character limits, but it's punny and I like it. My DMs are open. Sometimes I regret that. Sometimes I don't. If you have questions, you can feel free to hit me up, especially about the NFL draft, because, Mitch, we're in draft season, baby.
Yeah, all
and
draft
I love
questions,
the NFL
send them
draft.
to Tom. Send them to Tom. If you have any dating questions or you want to talk Raiders or
that's Mitch, man.
Any other fantasy football NFL questions, that's me. All right, we got another one coming in from Aiden Wilson. Browns a lock for the playoffs now.
They are not a lock. Now, they are in very good shape in order to set themselves up. I would say right now the Browns are probably like
the 5 seed,
85% chance somewhere in there. If you were to take down the Titans, you would really improve those stocks. I think you're looking probably for 2 more wins, and you got games against the Giants and Jets. So you are not a lock. You have to take care of business, but they're in really good shape right now.
I agree. Let's go to Flowers. Do you think the Steelers will go undefeated? So currently 11-0. We do know what their next 5 games are. They are all winnable games, obviously. However, they have the Bills, they have the Colts, they have, I believe, the Browns as well. Maybe I'm tripping on that one. But either way, they have some tough
You're right,
games.
Browns.
The Bills, the Colts, the Browns. I mean, those are 3 playoff caliber teams.
Washington has been somewhat competitive as of late, too. That's a road
I
game
could
for
see Washington
Pittsburgh.
giving
less
Pittsburgh
time.
some trouble.
I could see it as well. In reality, Pittsburgh is in utterly fantastic shape to make the postseason. They are a de facto lock right now. Technically, they're not. There's
It's like 99.98%
extremely convoluted
chance.
scenario in which the Steelers don't get in at this point, but they're going to get in.